Jasmyne and Vince.
The Jasmyne Show.
The JasVynce.
Ooh, we are happy to be back for a brand new episode of The Jasmyne Show.
I'm Jazz.
And I'm Vince. What's going on, everybody? Happy to be back with you for another episode of Married at First Sight, Season 16 in Nashville, Episode 11, Moonshine and Monthhiversaries. Gotta love it, gotta love it. To get into it, thank you to all of our subscribers. Of course, please make sure you let us know how you feel about this episode. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, all those things, of course. And then hit the little ringy bell. Hit the bell so you know when we posting, because we almost didn't post today, but we want to make sure that we got you that content. You know what I'm saying? Content, baby. That's what we in. Okay. The newlywed strangers celebrate their 1 month anniversaries with some taking to the skies, others to the water, and one couple smashing stuff up. I don't know why they chose to do that. After uncomfortable questions at a dinner, one couple questions whether they're on the same page. Who is this couple, Jazz? Who's this couple that's not on the same page? I don't know.
Is Shaq?
Could it be?
Yes, it is.
Well, we are back again. Thank you for watching. We appreciate you taking the time to check us out. We got to see their monthhiversaries. Yeah, I've always looked forward to it. This is probably the least special monthhiversary that I've seen on the show for a while. Like, they all did something kind of special, but like it wasn't a big thing.
You're right.
Other
ones, they were like, we went back to the wedding venue.
Yeah,
that's
it was a little bit. I do think that everybody did something kind of sweet in their own way, but yeah, everybody's trying to take that next step into intimacy. And also, before we get into the couples, I want to remind everybody, if you haven't watched the last episode of Catfish, the technically second episode, go watch our review, our recap on that, because a lot of people had questions. We still got questions. We still got questions. But let's get into it. I want to start off with Nicole and Christopher, because that's whose picture.
Nicole thinks she a host now.
Why she thinks she did? Shout out to we agreed it was Woody and Amani.
Yeah.
Specifically Amani from New Orleans? Yes. From the New Orleans season, we could tell when, TV people, we could tell when the producers are like, you ask all these questions for us so it doesn't seem as awkward. Yeah. We could tell also that Nicole probably is a little bit nosy.
Yeah, that's true.
Just a little bit.
You know when somebody nosy.
Just a little bit. But yeah, she's asking every question. Like,
so how's the intimacy growing? I'm like, are you Dr. Pepper now? Like, what's happening here?
Why us? Why are you asking us this? We got to see Nicole and Christopher, mainly her dad. Was her dad like pressing him, or was she just like letting him know or letting her know how he feels about Christopher?
I think her dad I can't say that word. What's the other word?
I was gonna say mafioso.
I don't know what mafioso means, but okay.
Top dog. No,
her dad thinks that Chris is give me a word, babe.
Soft.
Thank you.
Sure, we'll go with that.
Thinks he's soft and he needs to grow up.
Jazz, now I'm like, wait, what? You didn't have no other words to... Sorry,
no.
Go ahead.
So he thinks that he needs to like put his foot down. I'm like, I don't know what he needs to put his foot down about,
he does,
but
a little bit.
I mean, I told y'all the dad wouldn't think very highly of him after he found out he was crying about his dogs like that, and his wife found a solution and called her father, which is not a good thing.
We bringing the dogs back, your crybabies. Here we go. Hey, we get to visit. Soft ass.
I'm just saying, like, the last thing, I can't remember, I was listening to a podcast or something, they were talking about, like, you can't call, I think it was Auntie Tab. She was saying, like, when her and her husband had, like, needed to move back to North Carolina or something, she was like, I'm gonna just call my dad. He's like, you can't call your dad.
Can't call your daddy.
You can't call your daddy if you have a husband. Well, you can, but he looked like a punk at that point.
That's all here. And we can't have Chris looking like a punk for too much longer, because he's, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's already doing it. So you got to work on it. Dad said, specifically after this moment, probably like you said, he needs that BDE. If you know what
I never heard her dad is Jewish. I never heard an older Jewish man from New York say
I'm
BDE.
very curious why he said Chris needs the BDE. Again, he thinks he's a little bit soft. He thinks he needs to man up. Don't let Nicole run you, he says. Don't let her make all the decisions. Even if she gets up earlier, goes to bed later, goes to bed early. Like, don't change up your sleep schedule just because I definitely am guilty of that. And now I'm the one that goes to bed early.
Yeah. Vince used to be up all times of the night. And I'm like, come to bed. And now I'll be up, but I'm not up super late. Like, you will be up to like 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. And now I get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, so I have to go to bed early. So
yeah,
Jazz ain't getting up though. She's not getting up.
I get up to go to work.
I mean, obviously, but you're not getting up at 5.
For what? I have no reason to be up at 5.
There you go.
You went to sleep at 8, so that's why you up at 5.
It'd be like that. Anything else about Nicole and Christopher? All that else that I have?
Got something.
Yeah.
So apparently she was getting on Chris's nerves when they were watching the wedding video back. Because she has a lot of negative self-talk.
Yes,
and it's one thing to talk to have negative self-talk in your head. But I was telling Vince, and I can't remember who it was, but I met somebody and they would like always say like, "Yeah, but I'm not that cute." Or she kept talking about her makeup. She's like, "Yeah, my makeup was horrible that day," and like for you to say it repeatedly. Like, it makes the other person uncomfortable.
He's like, all right.
Because you can't, like, be like, yeah, your makeup was tore up. Like, it's just, like, if you have, like, self-esteem issues or, like, it just makes it awkward for other people. Other people don't know how to respond. And I think for him, because he's so, like, I would say kind of soft-spoken, like, he's like, I don't like that. Like, it's a little bit of a red flag, but he needs to communicate that to her.
Hey.
I feel like he tried to, though.
He did. He's like, stop.
He's like, yeah, you looked beautiful.
You're fine.
Like, what else are you supposed to say?
You were fine. Stop it.
Yeah.
You looked great. The makeup was okay. Stop. Please. Also, they got to go on a helicopter ride. I thought that was a cool thing.
I thought that was a fun date.
It was cute. I don't know what else they did.
I probably wouldn't do that in Nashville. But.
I didn't have any other notes about them, but yeah, stop talking negative about yourself, girl. Come on.
Moving on.
Right, let's move on to Gina E. Clint.
They seem like they becoming friends to me.
They are definitely getting closer. I give them all the credit because he's being very optimistic about their relationship. And it seems like she's warming up a little bit more and like joking and even saying some of his lines and stuff like that. And even they must have gone through like some kind of like sensitivity transformation because now they're going to redneck comedy shows. I was like,
that tour was horrible.
Interesting.
I feel like it was just a shuttle to get the moonshine.
That's right. That seemed like what it was. We've definitely been on some tours like that before where you're like, this ain't really.
Have we?
I'm not going to say which tour it was.
No, please tell me.
I'm referring to the cacao tour.
Oh, God.
In Mexico, where we went on a very long walk.
We paid for an English translator
around the jungle, and
the guy barely spoke English. It was bad.
And we got to the end, and we had some cacao, and that was
we saw the Temescal ceremony. No,
yeah.
we did not Temescal. It was a Mayan ceremony.
Unrelated. Watch these in some of our travel videos only on the JasVynce show. All right. They did a redneck comedy tour and got some moonshine. They got to try different types of moonshine. Very redneckish.
Would you do that?
I love moonshine.
You do?
Yeah, I don't drink it that often.
I learned something new. I think I might have had moonshine one time.
If you want to get drunk, and we've kind of hinted at, I was like, they had a clip of them together. Yeah, you know, marriage is going.
Yeah.
I was like,
Gina was like,
her eyes was.
I'm like, oh, they drunk right here.
That's the easiest. And even Clint said, like, hey, the next day we was gone, man. We was gone. Easiest way to get drunk is drinking moonshine.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe we should do a moonshine tasting.
We can try it. Because they do make a lot of tasty different. Yeah. Like I was even
they said peanut butter jelly.
There was a lot of stuff. There was a lot of stuff there.
Yeah.
Seemed very cool. But yeah, shout out to the moonshine. My number one favorite thing about Gina and Clint this episode, They recreated their Jamaica honeymoon because they was beefing the whole time.
They hiked to the waterfall.
Oh my!
That looked fun. I'm like, oh, I want to go to Nashville and go to this waterfall.
Oh, that was so cute. That was so cute. I wish I had some pictures of it.
It was like the ghettoish Jamaica recreation in that house. It took me so long to understand. First of all, Clint was eating oxtails, and I'm like, interesting. And then I'm like, babe,
rocking
why
that same Jamaica shirt that he wore that whole trip.
I feel like I missed the memo because I was like, babe, why is it all these Jamaica flags in the background? I thought they had a taco party.
In Jamaica. They wasn't a married. There was no love. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't a married couple in Jamaica. They were just two people that got stuck together and didn't get stuck with their luggage apparently, and just had to tough it out.
Yeah.
But here, and they was the what did he say? Slender. The slender beef. Slender beef was
the slender beef was epic.
Slender beef was pretty epic. All right. Yeah, the recreation of the honeymoon, going on the walk, bonding, and all this other stuff.
Talking about if they're gonna eat Hank, if they were the last people.
Super dope. I don't know why that came up, but that was super dope.
It was basically testing how much he loves Hank.
Yes.
Basically.
Yes. Yeah. Anything else about Gina and Clint that you'd like to include?
I think that they're giving like good friend energy. It's not giving me romantic at all, but I feel like they could be good friends.
Like they seem like they joke around as much as Chris and Nicole. A little bit.
Chris and Nicole don't have a good sense of humor, in my opinion. But okay,
they might joke around.
I feel like Clint is hilarious.
Who knows? Clint is pretty funny. It's a funny dude. Right. Let us move on to Jasmine and Eris. How are they doing, my Jasmine?
Don't compare me.
I'm not comparing. I'm just saying, how do you think they're doing?
Jasmine said they're stagnant, and I feel that too. I know Eris went to go talk to his boy, which I feel like his friends don't really give good advice, but this time I feel like the friend didn't necessarily give great advice, but he did put it on him. So he's like, you feel disconnected, you feel like you're stuck, so what are you going to do to help fix your marriage?
He said all that?
Yeah.
I couldn't understand Jack they were saying. I don't know if it was the Nashville accent or what, but they was both mumbling. Like,
he's like, I feel sorry for my boy.
They was mumbling and bumbling, but I think there was some advice in there. I am glad, like you said, that he put it on him. But they was just at a hookah bar. He talk about, yo, you know how she not fly. Like, I'm like, yo, what are you basing this relationship off of? He said
if she had something dope, like she was hella funny,
or
she would like she had fly kicks. I was like, it sounded like he's into. Is he into tomboys? I can't tell. I'm like, because I feel like she dresses feminine. Like we've never not seen her look nice. I don't know what it is. Is it the booty still?
It's probably still the booty.
Okay.
She's an actual like pageant princess, right? So like they're a pageant queen.
But she doesn't seem high maintenance.
Like
at the same
again,
time.
it's not. Yeah, I'm like, what is it, bro? What is it? Seriously, what is it?
I did like that. I saw he was like leaving this episode, like going to work or something, and he like kissed her, and I was like,
Jazz was like, wait, run that back.
Hold on, I heard a kiss, and this was like he probably kissed her on the forehead. I was like, no, that sounded like a lip smack kiss.
Yeah, we had to run it back. It absolutely was.
So I feel like that is being intentional though, because like if you want the chemistry and stuff to grow, like you have to start doing what people that have chemistry do. You should kiss your wife. Nicole said it. Everybody should be kissing their wife. Don't be kissing me on no camera.
Too late. All right. They didn't get to see because Jasmine Eris was black. About Jasmine Eris, he does, after all he says all these crazy things, he still says that he's like open to improvement or open to advancement or the relationship getting better, which is I
genuinely believe him. I just think that he's been like so sex based for so long that he is having like it's a disconnect between like what his mind naturally wants to do and like what his intention is and what his heart wants.
Yeah. I do think that he was a little bit hyper focused on sex for a little bit. Obviously, he couldn't even get past the she ain't got no booty to have sex with anyway. So like that, I don't know how much of a struggle that was for him or into him getting attracted to her more. I don't know what's going on inside that man's head, but I am glad that maybe he didn't present it the best way, but I am glad that he told his wife, like, I think that it would be a good idea if we don't have sex at all till after decision day.
But he said, because I'm tired of being asked about it.
Yeah.
Is she secretly asking him every day about it and we don't see it? Or is he talking about other people? Because I don't care what other people is asking you.
Are they asking each other, or she's asking him for sex like Nicole is asking Christopher if she love him?
Wasn't that a thing before? Who was it in Atlanta? It was the white girl, Clara, and whatchamacallit. They had been secretly having sex that whole time?
Clara and Ryan?
Maybe.
What was his name?
I think so.
Are you talking about homie with the hawk?
Yeah.
That was Atlanta. It was.
It was. I think they had been secretly having sex and lying about it because he didn't want anybody to know.
I think that was a thing. But if they're asking about it consistently, then maybe he's just like sick of having to explain himself.
Yeah.
Because he don't seem like he's communicative, but I feel like he doesn't always communicate himself well.
I find it funny that he wants her to be like super vocal about what she wants sexually and all this stuff, but then when somebody asks him about sex, it's off the table.
Oh yeah. Huh? What?
What did they do on their date?
Oh, they went smashing. Speaking of no sex, they went smashing. They went to I forgot what you call it.
I don't know.
A wreck-it room, a break-it stuff room. I want to do that one time, but Jazz says she's scared of doing it. I'm
scared that a piece of glass is gonna go up under the shit, and then I'm gonna lose my eyeball.
No.
I've watched too much stuff, like Final Destination, all that type of stuff. That's what I think about. So
you think about that too much.
I do.
Let us know how y'all feel about Jasmine Eris, or specifically, let us know how you feel about couples saying no sex until after decision day.
How do you feel about it?
Does that go well? I'm curious. I don't know if that's something that, I'm sure there's been couples that like maybe they've talked about it and it hasn't been like a really big thing, but it probably went well, or maybe they waited. I know there's a few couples that had sex on decision day or like right after, like, oh, we couldn't wait. I forget what Jeffy and Shawnee's situation was.
They was pregnant before the end of the
Is that what it was? That's what it was?
They was pregnant.
Okay. Well, different strokes for different folks, literally. See what we did there?
I think that it's good to wait until decision day. One, because you know how people say, oh, you need to try the milk before you buy the cow?
Yeah.
Like, you're already married. So waiting 2 months to have sex is not that big of a deal. Hey. Like, I don't need to be like, oh, I have to have sex with you before decision day, because we're already married. There
you go. Let us know anything else about these decision day, marriage, sex, vows, or whatever. Or again, Jasmine and Eris, let us talk about our favorite couple, Kirsten and Shaquille. Why were the couple? Oh, we zoomed in today. I was like, why are the couple so big today?
I was liking Shaq, but now I'm not really feeling him.
All right, let's get into it, Jasmine. What about Shaq makes you not like him today?
It's the bald head. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. It's not the bald head. So I think that he is not. I think he's the one that hasn't had a lot of long-term relationships, and now it's showing. Like, even though he did therapy and like worked on certain things within himself, I don't think that he's been in a relationship with women enough to recognize when a woman is, one, trying, two, opening up. So he just, because he hasn't had all of that experience, he's like, every time Kirsten, is like,
it was her that time,
opening up a little bit or trying to get into like a more intimate conversation, he's like, well, you don't be opening up. Well, I don't see it. I'm just like,
he's like an attack dog.
Sir, this is literally what she's doing right now. Yeah. And if she like just cracked the door and stuck her head out, you're shutting the door, because like, who wants to have it? It's an uncomfortable conversation. And I could tell that she's used to guys pursuing her. That's another thing.
Yes.
So she kept telling him no to kissing, no to all these things in the beginning. So now he's like, yeah, it won't do nothing. But he doesn't know that she wants that. But she's also not communicating that. Yeah. She is saying, oh, I want more intimacy, or I want you to spend time with me and all this stuff. He's like, I'm always here. And I'm like, I could tell that man is not always there. I could tell.
I have been annoyed with Shaq this episode. We love Shaq. Like, he's cool.
I like him. I think he's a good guy.
We like the way he dresses. You know what I'm saying?
He Floyd.
Like, he's cool. What was that?
He Floyd.
Yeah, cool guy. But again, this episode, he was very annoying. I think at one point, towards the beginning of the episode, she was like, "Oh, I can feel us growing," or something like that. I can feel us getting to, and I could just tell he was like, "Cap, cap." Like, and I think that he thinks that every time that she has one of those conversations about, "Oh, I want to be more intimate. I want to be closer to you. I want to have these conversations." And they had their little skate date, which was cute.
Oh, that was cute. He was like, she was good though.
Yeah, she was killing it. She was killing it. And that's where it was, where it seemed like, she was definitely warming up to him. I think this is from their dinner. She rubbing on, she couldn't help herself rubbing on the head. Come on, rub my head one time. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but hold on. Mm-hmm. I just wanted to say that in the conversation when he was like, "You need to open up," she was like, "We are married." Like,
yes.
She's like, "I look forward to spending my life with you." She's telling you, bro. She's telling you. Women don't say that. Men say that stuff and lie just so they could get some.
Hey.
But women don't say those words unless they mean it. I feel like she's being genuine. And he is missing it. Like, it's going over his head. Yeah. It's probably because his head is so shiny.
It's so slick.
Just going over.
It's aerodynamic. You know what I'm saying? Like, he is... I feel like he's the one that's, like, blocking now in this mission. Before, it was clear that she had a wall up. And he made it known. Hey, look, I'm trying to get over that wall. I see that you have that up. I feel like slowly, and she said here, day by day, it's coming down. I'm letting you in. Like, we'll have these conversations. Again, she's always rubbing the head. And yeah, she's like completely warming up to him. And he's still coming at her. "Yo, I look forward to spending time with your family and your friends to get to know you more." Not spending time with you more to get to know you more.
I thought that
spending time to see how you show up in the world as a daughter, as an auntie, as a friend. And it's like, but what about as a wife, bro? Like,
yeah, it hurt my feelings when he said it.
We were
my
upset.
Feelings was hurt because she was like, "I look forward to spending my life with you," and this, and he made it about like getting to know her through other people. I'm like, get to know her through her. Like, yes, it does help. I do think it is important to know your spouse's like family and friends, and it does help gain insight. But the best thing you could do is talk to your wife, dude. Like, spend time.
I talk to my wife all the time.
Yes, I know.
Yeah. We don't know if anybody pressed him about this. Shout out to, what was the guy's name? Justin from some podcast on on After
I
Party.
like him.
We fell asleep on the very end of the after party. We couldn't hang, y'all. We couldn't hang. But yeah, I was
watching this at 12 o'clock.
It was past midnight. I really do hope that somebody like stepped to him like, "Yo, like, she's trying, bro. She's absolutely trying. Like, don't attack her. Give it a break. Let her, you know what I'm saying,
I blame
have
Nicole.
these conversations." It
Nicole said, "And where y'all intimacy at?"
It might be Nicole.
And then she was like, "Well, it is. We have a little," but I felt like her saying "we have a little" wasn't like trying to throw shade. She was saying we do. They do have a little. They're not like necessarily progressing. Yeah. And I could have sworn before when she spoke to Pascal, she said there was none. Yeah. And he said they have a little. Yeah. So it's a step up.
Agree.
But he was like, he felt like she could have told him those things in private. Mm-hmm. Like, instead of like, he's like, every time we have a dinner, I feel like it's like something showcased and that I didn't know. And she's like, the same way I ask you, like, how do you feel about stuff? Like, you need to ask me. If I don't tell you, you need to ask me. And I'm just like, that's true. I completely agree with her.
Right.
I feel like I don't know what he's expecting. Like, to be honest, it's not very clear to me. I'm over it.
Yep.
Are we ready for the rating?
I was like, damn, you gave it a... I still have one more thing to say.
Oh, sorry.
I was just saying that, again, he mentioned that they were not on the same page in regards to quality time. And she was like, well, again, day by day. And he was like, well, how much time? How much?
That
and
don't make sense.
That's where it's like, bro. And you said that he was gaslighting, possibly.
I feel like he was unintentionally. Yeah. Like, he didn't know.
I don't think that he means any harm in any of this.
Yeah.
I just think he's being very impatient now with someone who is being as open as they possibly can.
Yeah. I'm over him, to be honest.
Dang, don't be over my guy.
He said that her quality time is sitting in the house.
Yeah.
And his is like being out and doing things. And I'm like, but you can do both.
You
can do both.
That's the inverse of us.
What?
I like sitting in the house and you want to do stuff.
I like both.
There you go. There we go. All right, let's get into our next couple, Dominique and... I'm joking. I'm joking. Let's get into these ratings real quick. Let's start with Kirsten and Shaquille. We've given them consistent 6s and 7s. How about this episode, Jasmine? I feel like I don't want to change their score that much because
next episode they was kissing.
It's a little, that's it. It's a little inverse. Like maybe their score can go down for this week. It's a little inverse where like we know that he was putting in the effort the first few weeks.
Yeah.
Now it seems like she's putting in more effort and he's just still at a standstill. Like, but why are you not letting me in? It's like, but I am letting you in. What would you say for them?
I'm so hopeful. I'm really hopeful. I'm gonna say a 7. I'm being super hopeful.
Not mad at that. I'm not mad at a 7 for Kirsten and Shaquille. I didn't want to change the score too much.
Yeah.
Again, obviously we do our ratings for all these couples based on their companionship and compatibility and all these things combined. 1 to 10. Nobody gets a 10 until they both say yes on decision.
And even then, they still might not get a 10.
Jasmine and Eris, they got a 4 from us last time. I don't even know who Jasmine is anymore.
I don't think they're going to stay married.
I don't know who Jasmine is anymore. And the last 2 times that she was on After Party, I felt like they weren't married.
Yeah, her not stature, but like her posture. I don't know.
She's good at holding it together. Some of y'all are really good at holding this together, but I don't know, man.
I'm still going to give them like a 4 because I honestly don't think they have some big obstacles and I just don't see it working.
Yeah, I'm going to go 5 because I am hopeful even though it doesn't seem like they're together, honestly.
You 50%?
It really
50%?
Like they did, look at our pictures for the monthversary. Like I feel like they could have put more emphasis on that too, but it's whatever. Let us talk about Gina and Clint, who we gave a 4.5 last episode.
If this is rating a marriage or rating their friendship I would say is a 6. It's definitely going up.
What about the marriage part of it, though?
I don't see anything romantic with them. I don't think there ever will be.
I was trying to think about romance, too, with them. I'm not absolutely sure. I like that you gave their friendship a 6, but a friendship is a big part of marriage.
It is, but even with the friendship part of marriage, there has to be something, like, romantic, and I feel like they 2 friends hanging out. I feel like if it was like the marriage between Hank and either one of them would be like a 10.
It's different.
Because if they break up, he's still like, can I come pick up the dog baby, please?
I will give them a 6 for this week, hoping that they will have more romance and do even better next time. Nicole and Christopher, we gave 7.5. That's a good score. Are they still in the same place?
I honestly feel like we gave Shaq and Kirsten a 7. Well, that's because I'm being optimistic.
Yeah.
But I feel like they're a 7, but they're not on the same level. I feel like
7.
they having sex, they doing all types of stuff.
Yo.
But I feel like she's gonna annoy the shit out of him at some point.
And could be already.
Yes. And the dad, like the family relationship is important too. If the dad think he's a punk, like that's not gonna be good either.
I'm not sure.
So we'll see.
We'll leave him at a 7 for now. It's not the same 7 though. It's a different 7.
Different kind of 7.
I would say. Please let us know how you feel about these couples. Comment your ratings. Comment whatever you want. Take the time to like the video, subscribe. Of course, do all those things, right, Jazz? Please make sure you
like, comment, and subscribe.
Do that. Just cause. Having a great time here. That brings us to a very wonderful ending of another episode of The JasVynce Show. Peace. Y'all. Peace.
Jasmyne and Vince.
The JasVynce Show.
The JasVynce